Good evening and thank you very much for joining us. Our region has been struck with severe summer weather and with it some pretty scary storms. According to Environment Canada, lightning kills approximately 10 Canadians every year and injures nearly 150. Nariman Issa has tips on how you can stay safe when lightning strikes.
Big thunder and lightning, and the car get a little jump. Then I tried to start it up and it will not start.
We first brought you the story of the bloaters yesterday. The couple's vehicle was struck by lightning during Tuesday night's storm. Now both are fine because they were in their car at the time. The metal shell provided a pathway for the lightning strike to flow around the vehicle, keeping them safe.
Once you've seen the lightning, the thunder won't be too far behind. Basically, it takes about 3 seconds for the thunder to travel 1 kilometer, so that's how you can figure out how far away it is.
If you're stuck outdoors, finding appropriate shelter is the most important thing to do. But make sure you stay away from certain areas.
Lightning is attracted to bodies of water, metal objects that are taller than the rest of the ground surface around you, as well as other objects that are taller like trees or even tall buildings.
Seek shelter early, that would be one of the big things.
EMT Byron Lowen is fortunate enough he's never responded to a call for a lightning strike. But he says if someone is struck,
just check them first of all, see if they're breathing, then you'd want to start CPR. And if they're breathing and everything, check them for other injuries, keep them still till EMS arrives.
And if you are indoors when a storm strikes, refrain from using anything electrical, including a landline phone. Nariman Issa, Newcap News.
After 24 years managing the Salvation Army thrift store and food bank, Jackie Dearden left her post back in March to start a new chapter in her life. But as Kelsey Bloxham explains, things just haven't been the same since Dearden's departure.
The doors at the thrift store have been locked for 2 weeks now after a string of unfortunate events. Since former manager Jackie Dearden said goodbye 4 months ago, the Salvation Army was able to fill her position, but only for about 3 months.
I actually did fill Jackie's position with, or at least the thrift store manager, which she made some amazing changes in the thrift store. Unfortunately, due to health issues, she had to resign from that position.
The search for a new replacement hasn't been easy. The position takes much dedication not only to the community, but the philosophy behind the organization.
Well, we are the Salvation Army, which means it's our privilege to I guess, live out a mission here in Lloydminster to care for the people's basic needs because we're motivated by the love of God. And so I'm looking for people who are motivated by the love of God to do that.
Lieutenant Bridge says until the right person is found, the doors to the thrift store will remain locked.
Unfortunately, the Salvation Army, we are only able to pay minimum wage. And so in a town like Lloydminster, where you can get a job for $12 an hour, that means that you need to work here because you also believe in the mission.
On the positive side of things is the food bank, located in the back of the building, still fully operational.
I'm pleased to say that I have a new community services worker who is taking care of that for me.
I am managing the food bank. I see clients and order and figure out food and donations.
Though new on the job, Weinberger says it's been rewarding to see the community support for the food bank.
The gratefulness of people in Lloyd, it's amazing. And the generosity, that doesn't surprise me. Lloyd's always been super generous, and they still are.
Meantime, Lieutenant Bridge hopes someone will come forward for the position in the next week or so. Kelsey Bloxham, Newcap News.
Members of the Alberta legislature may be on summer break, but local MLA Richard Starkey doesn't consider it a vacation. Starkey has been busy meeting with community members since the break began.
Lots of meetings with constituents on various different matters, that people have concerns and they want to sit down with their MLA and say, what can we do about this? And so that's been keeping me pretty busy.
A major issue Starkey is concerned with is the wearing down of area roads. He plans to present a motion to the legislature when it's back.
because heavy oil has to be transported by truck as opposed to by pipeline, we have a lot of issues, especially in the county of Vermilion River, of roadway deterioration. And the county has no real way to generate revenue from that movement of material.
Starkey will also help present a yet unannounced private members bill. The legislature is back in session October 23rd. Meantime, the newly elected chamber president is settling into her position nicely. Liana Ross stepped into the presidential role back in March and says the summer has been pretty quiet, giving her lots of time to network while on the job.
There's lots of meetings. We've been getting together locally with business leaders and talking to our MLAs, the newly elected ones as well. And yeah, it's been very good at liaising and getting out and meeting with the business community.
Ross says things will be picking up come September, with the chamber involved in tons of local events. To find out what's in store, you can check out the chamber's website.